Hello and welcome. In this video we will investigate whether or not it's worth it to run your own labor empire in Albion Online. As you might know, crafting journals got nerfed and became not as profitable as they used to be. As a result, stone prices plummeted and stone is now the worst gathering profession in the game. Yes, even worse than wood. But hey, it's a lot cheaper if you do want to get started with laborers. The question is, should you? I'm going to cover all the laborer types and show you this OP spreadsheet / calculator so you can find out yourself just how much profit you'll be making, and I'll show you a sample 1 week of how much profit I made doing my own laborers. So let's start with that. You can see I have a total of 93 laborers, of which 18 of them are tier 7. This takes around 8 minutes of work per day, and after 1 week of doing these I made around 6 million. You can see all the calculations below. If I use today's prices, it will cost me 116 million silver to get this setup of 93 laborers. It would take me 4.5 months of doing this daily until I got my money back and actually started making profit. However, keep in mind that you can always cash out and you will get 90% of your materials back if you deconstruct the buildings. And of course you keep all the trophies, beds and tables. So you can always sell them back on the market. So this is the data for me personally after 1 week. Now let's take a look at the journal profit calculator. Let's start with the 4 crafting ones. Link in the description below, by the way. You can simply adjust the values below the black bar and it will update the profit per journal above. You can also adjust the happiness, but I would not recommend doing any laborers unless they are 150%. So next we have the gathering ones. The idea is the same. You just adjust the values of the inputs below the black bar for the material and journal prices, and the profits will be updated automatically above. And last, there's the mercenary journals. I included, I thought, why not? As you can see, they are awful in comparison to all the other ones, so don't even bother doing these ones. Again, the question remains, should you do laborers? And I think the answer depends on 3 things. Number 1, do you have the money to get the initial setup? Number 2, do you have the time and patience to do this slightly boring activity on a daily basis? And number 3, do you plan to do this long term? If you've answered yes to all of these, then I would say yes, go for it. The profit is reasonable for a zero risk activity. You don't need that much money to get started because you can upgrade your labor empire as you go over time. If you have the patience to do this on a daily basis, and if you have the silver to get started, then it's not a horrible idea. I will say though, I highly recommend doing the crafting journals over the gathering ones, for a variety of reasons. Number 1 is that the prices are very stable and it's very easy to get these journals. Even if you don't craft yourself, you can easily set up buy orders on the market. But for the gathering ones, the supply is a lot smaller and there is no way you will sustain gathering daily yourself to fill the journals. Trust me, you will not sustain filling them yourself, don't even try. Crafting journals, on the other hand, you can fill yourself, you can always have multiple crafting alts. The crafting process takes just a few minutes, at most every 3 days. On the other hand, for gathering, you can't have gathering alts, and filling gathering journals is, well, let's say it takes more than a few minutes. So yeah, the verdict is, if you do have the money, the patience, and the time to do it on a daily basis, long term, I would say, yeah, go ahead and get started with crafting laborers. It's basically passive income. The money per hour itself is still good. It's effectively 6 million silver per hour, at least with my setup, the way I've done it. If you're interested, the links are in the description below. You can take a look and make a copy of the spreadsheets and adjust them however you want with your own values. The values in this video are all taken based on the Limhurst market right now and might not apply to you. That's it for this video. I hope it was informative and useful. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more Albion Online content. Have a good one.